Oh my god, the best deal I have picked up so far in the series. It is insane. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the free trading game collection challenge. If you've missed any of the episodes prior to this one, please go back and check them out because you won't have a clue what's happening. I think there are 11 episodes prior to this and there is a playlist for your convenience. What more could you want? Last episode, I was duped by a fake PlayStation 4 controller. I have since sold it. That was a massive lie. I actually sold the official one that had stick drift. I managed to fix it. It wasn't like completely fixed. It still had a little bit of drift, but it was absolutely nowhere near as bad as it was. Mentioned it in the listing. They were happy. £24, £25. Not too bad. That's cash added to the overall profit of the series, if you will. I mentioned last week another rule change, and it's getting to the point where, and I've read through the comments, and there are a fair few people who have mentioned it over time. Why have rules? And you're right. You're absolutely right. It's called the Free Trade-In Game Collection Challenge. So I do want to try and stay as true to that as possible, and I'm going to. So I am going to try and keep the structure of this series as best I can. And I'm going to look to buy deals, sell to make the money back, and then take what's left into CEX. If I can't do that, and I pick up a bundle where there's games in it that I want to keep, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to keep it. Because we were going to do, well, we'll keep Switch games. Well, we'll keep the consoles. What's the point, you know? I think there's been one or two bundles I've picked up where I really wouldn't mind keeping the games, and I've not done it. And now at some point in the future, I'm going to have to go and pick them up again. So what is the point? It's the same with those Wii remotes, actually. I kind of regret a little bit not keeping them because it would have been cool to have every colour of the rainbow, but it is what it is. So, even though it's called the Free Trading Game Collection Challenge, and I am going to try and stay as true to it as possible, I can now just pick up games however I want, basically. I'm not going to worry about it too much. And that's where today's episode comes in. Hopefully there will be an episode on Thursday, and hopefully there will be an episode on the weekend. And I tell you what, that weekend episode, oh my god, the best deal I have picked up so far in the series. It is insane. Cannot wait for it. It hasn't arrived yet, otherwise I would have filmed that, but I cannot wait for it. It's going to be insane. So, I went to Swindon on the weekend and I was in search of Guitar Hero goodness. They have a CEX and it was loaded with stuff I wanted, and they had a shop called Regenerate, which I'm pretty sure used to be called Cash Generator once upon a time. It's basically a pawn shop if you're not in the UK, there or thereabouts anyway. I went and I said, have you got a Guitar Hero guitar? Don't care what console it is. And he literally turned around, moved a chair and went, is this okay? And he held up a Wii guitar. And I said, how much? He said, £10. Banging. And there's the receipt to prove it as well. $9.99 in cash, or Regenerate, or whatever it's called. I don't have it to show you because I've sold it. I was going to keep it. I do want all of the old Guitar Hero games and obviously a guitar to play them on with. But I was going to do it for the Wii because obviously it's compatible with the Wii U. We have that already. Makes sense. But I'm not going to do it. Some of the games on the Wii are a little bit expensive. Not a massive fan of paying up for things that I can get on another console cheaper. So we are going to look to pick up another console at some point in the future that I can play all these games on. We'll talk about that in a minute. So I've sold that. Bought it for a tenner, sold it for 25. I do have had over the weekend, and I think it expires today, 80% off fees. So I've taken that into consideration. 80% off fees of things listed over the weekend and sold over the weekend, and that obviously is one of them. Now, I am going to reverse engineer CEX today. Normally, we take things in, trade them in, and we get things to put into the collection. This time around, however, I went in with the intention of buying things to sell on for a profit. I cannot believe this, and you need to look out for it because it's not just Guitar Hero Live. But remember last week we picked up Guitar Hero Live from a boot sale for £10? It came with the game, it came with a dongle, and it also came with a guitar, which actually turns out to be faulty. So, the guitar, that's what's left of it anyway. The neck is over there. There's nothing wrong with it, but I am going to keep it just in case I find another one of these and the neck is broken or it doesn't have a neck or something. But this, unfortunately, the strum wasn't registering. I took it apart to try and fix it, and it seems to be some sort of circuit board problem. These aren't expensive, so there's absolutely no point trying to sell it for parts. There's no point trying to buy a part to fix it, because the amount of time and effort and money it would cost to fix this, I might as well just go buy another one. These probably sell for between £10 and £15 with the neck working. So what's the point? That is naff. Does that mean that it's unfortunately a dud and we've wasted £10? No, because I mentioned it before. That was loud. I mentioned it before, but when you buy things in a boot sale, you have to take into consideration the fact that it might not work. So when I picked that up, had it just been the guitar, I would not have bought it because it wouldn't be worth it for a tenner. It wasn't worth that much anyway. But because it came with these two things here, the dongle and the game, it was absolutely worth it. The game looked in good condition. It sells for between 6 and 10, right? Not a problem. We're going to sell it. I have since played it with another guitar. I'll talk about that in a minute. I don't like it. I'm not keeping it. It's going. So that's going to be for like, what, £6, £7 probably. The dongle, believe it or not, is between 20 and 25. On a good day, you might push 27, 30 on this, but I'm going to look to get 22 to 25. And hopefully it sells today with the last bit of the no fees nonsense. So last week I didn't add it to the collection. In fact, I didn't give you a collection update because we didn't really add anything. So it's going to go straight into the profit when it sells, hopefully. Then I had a look when I was in Swindon. I had a look in CEX and I was like, do you have any Guitar Hero guitars? Some of the Guitar Hero guitars are like £100 plus. It is mental how expensive they are. But I was like, PS4, Guitar Hero Live, do you have one of them? Yeah, we've got one of them. £8. What? The guitar, right? Yeah, £8. £8. I know I just said it sells for between 10 and 15, and that's true, but it also came with a dongle. So now I have two dongles, a guitar that's working, and that's what I tested the game out with. This is so confusing, but I tested it out. That's how I decided and came to the conclusion that I didn't like it. So I'm going to probably sell them separately. Obviously, we're going to sell that with the game. This one, I'm probably going to sell that again for 22 to 25, hopefully. So those two together, dropped it on the floor. Those two together are going to be like £50, and I'm going to try and get about £15 for this if I can. So that cost me £8, which you can see there, hopefully. There or thereabouts anyway. It's there for £8. I also picked up two of the same game when I was in CEX. So they'd reduced these, or rather they hadn't, because I looked on the app and they were 15 a couple of days ago. Looked the morning I went to Swindon, they'd been reduced to 10, and it's a game I want, and it's Rock Band 4. They had two of them, and there we go. I don't know why, because I took these to the counter and I said, these online are a tenner, and they had £15 stickers on them. And he said, oh yeah, they probably went down today and we just haven't got around to changing the price. Yeah, that's fine. I used to work in a game shop. I know how it goes. He then, I said, it's fine, I'll take both of them. Okay. He then proceeded to change the stickers. Like, he took them off and he printed new stickers and put them on. And then he was like, well, you want them? I was like, yeah, I just said I want both of them. Oh, okay. So yeah, I bought both of them, £20. The guitar was £8. I spent £28 in CEX. Why did I buy both? Well, I want to keep this one for the collection. I want to get a guitar. That is, it's got a decent lineup on it. Panama Van Halen. I can't wait to play that. But it has and is still supported. It has a massive library of games you can download. So that's why I want that game. I need a guitar. PS3 guitars work, but I need to wait until I can find one either in CEX or if I can find a cheap one on Vinted or something. There are a couple and I'm tempted, but we'll see what happens there. This one I'm going to sell £15 to £20 and it will probably pay for this. But even if it doesn't and we only get a tenner back for it, this and that guitar will pay for everything that we spent in CEX that day. So we're going to add Rock Band 4 to the collection, hopefully going to sell one and sell the guitar, and there's the receipt for it as well. As you can see, 2 copies of Rock Band and the guitar for £8, so £28 in total. I've explained it horribly, but that's essentially how it works. Last week, I know we picked up games to trade. I'm going to do that in the next episode. So Wii Sports for 50p. We picked it up. That trades in for 7. Assassin's Creed Black Flag we bought for 3, kind of, because we also picked up Batman, which was 3, but I did a deal for 5. So this has actually gone up in value. It now trades in for 8 rather than 6. So waiting actually paid off on this one, and that still trades in for 6. So we are going to get £21 for those 3. And then on Thursday, in Thursday's episode, I'm hoping my other bundle, little bundle, would have arrived, and that should be a decent amount of credit to add to this. And then we'll go to CEX and buy some games for the collection. Woo! So in today's episode, what are we doing? Just adding Rock Band 4? No, because I have a package that just arrived, or rather I had to go pick it up. That was the biggest label I'd ever seen. And that's my hand. My hand is huge, by the way. It's my head. And the label was bigger than my head. Mad. It doesn't feel that very well padded. This was picked up on Vinted. It cost me £19, which is quite a lot of money, really, if I can open it. But what's inside is going to pay for itself, and the other thing will go into the collection. They've been added together, so there we go, and it is wrapped in a bubbly wrap. Now, I'm not like a massive fan of this in a way, but at the same time, I'm more than happy to try it, and it'll look cool on the shelf. So, and it doesn't come with a slip cover, annoyingly, and they've sellotaped it to the tin. But there we are. Steel Book Mad Max. Looks in good nick. Doesn't come with a slip cover, like I said, which is a big shame. Everything flying out all over the place. So it does have all the... Oh my god. It does have all the manuals and stuff, as you can see. But it also has the game, which is nice. Now, I've seen people say that this is actually a very underrated game. So I'm looking forward to trying that out. That'll be interesting. That, essentially, I mean, it sells for like 10, 15. Depends what day it is, really. 10, 15 pounds. So it's not bad. I actually picked this up in a deal together. Like I said, it cost £19. So for that to be £10 to £15 by itself is not bad. But today, we are going to add those two into the collection. They will go on the shelf. And that's kind of where... I saw that and I was like, I wouldn't mind playing that, and I wouldn't mind putting it in the collection. Any chance to get a special edition, and I'm going to do it. But I was like, well, I didn't get it from CEX, so how can I do it? And that's why I was like, this is stupid. I want this. I paid for this. It's going to pay for itself. So just add them in the collection. So they're going in. The other thing that came with this to top it up to £19 was a Move controller, which we've seen on the channel before, because we had a PlayStation 3 bundle, I think second episode, maybe even the first episode actually, and I think it's the PS3/PS4 Move controller, so it's not one of the newer ones, so it's not got a command. I think it's like a V1, which is okay because it's still, I think it's about £25 worth. The whole thing, Mad Max and this, was £19 including delivery. So the fact that this sells for 25 plus postage, and I get to add Mad Max into the collection, is banging. So all of the figures are on screen for you right now. Obviously I'm not going to know if this works before I actually, I'm going to have to plug it in, but I mean, it looks fine. I've only ever once had a problem with something that I've bought on Vinted not working, touch wood. I say not working, I fixed it anyway, it was fine. But what a haul. Those two going into the collection. That pays for those anyway, pretty much. Rock Band is going to pay for Rock Band. Those are going to be traded in next week, or rather on Thursday, sorry. And we have two dongles. One of them's on the floor because I dropped it. We have Guitar Hero Live to sell, and we have the guitar to sell, and we've already sold the Wii guitar. I am out of breath. That was a lot to sort of digest. The figures, like I said, they're on screen for you. The amount of money spent, the amount of projected profit, and now I'll show you the collection value. So £10 for Rock Band. I paid for that, so obviously £10 is going to add to the collection value, and I'm going to add £10 for Mad Max as well because I was quite conservative there. So we're adding £20 to the collection total value, and obviously total cash profit value because I've sold that guitar and everything. If there's enough there, then I'll show you. Basically everything you need to know is on screen. It's a complicated day today. The next episode isn't going to be anywhere near as complicated, and the weekend episode is going to be the most straightforward thing you've ever seen. This is how much I paid. That's how rich I am. This is what we're adding to the collection. Honestly, I cannot wait for you to see it. It is such a good deal. If you have enjoyed this midweek episode-ish of the free trading game collection challenge, do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.